Okay, hello again. Hopefully everybody had a good Christmas and we're safe over the holidays. Of course, it got brutally cold here, so don't have a whole lot to show. I figured I'd continue with looking at some of the pictures that I've taken over the last week after making changes to the camera. And just to recap, I changed the focusing. I also set the camera to burst mode. Now, the burst mode, and I probably wasn't very clear on this in the previous video. I'm doing the burst mode for, generally speaking, the autofocus images, hoping to get at least a few more usable pictures. And I actually kind of disappointed in the 23 millimeter Fuji f1.2 lens that I have, but with that being said, I'm probably also not giving it a fair shake, as I wanted to take advantage of the higher speed aperture and was trying to shoot it at f2, f2.8. So I wasn't getting sharp pictures out of it. Now the pictures that I have now, I am seeing a better hit rate, or maybe not a hit rate, but I'm getting more pictures that I think are usable. This time around I shot with the Viltrox 85mm f1.8. Except when shooting outside, I was trying to leave this at f4, so that probably is what I need to do with the Fuji lens. Anyway, before I flip over to the pictures, there is something I did want to mention. Recently, one of the Facebook forums, an individual was asking opinions about what lens people would recommend for street photography. And of course, as always, you get a variety of answers depending on everybody's personal experience. Some of it depends on how comfortable you are in approaching people, how comfortable you feel getting kind of up close with them. A lot of the standards are anywhere from 16 millimeter up to 35 millimeter. Those are typically the general favorites for street photography. However, I did notice that a couple of people were talking about longer focal length lenses. And those are good if you're not very comfortable with getting up close with people, because those lenses do provide reach. On the other hand, if you already have a camera and a good quality lens of any focal length, you can practice just shooting with that lens and get really good results if you take your time and learn your equipment. And this is kind of what I'm doing here, is I have several lenses, and the Fuji 23 millimeter I definitely have not shot enough with. So I'm making these adjustments, and I'm trying to learn what I'm doing with these lenses, where their sweet spots are. And it turns out, I really like how some of the pictures coming out of the 85 millimeter turned out. Now I haven't adjusted any of these pictures. I will probably need to do that to get final images that I'm going to be happy with, but I just figured I'd go through and show you what I have. Anyway, keep that in mind. If you've got good quality, if you have a good quality lens and you've got a reasonable camera, you don't need the latest and greatest. You don't need the most expensive. In fact, some of the best pictures I have I've taken with literally some of the cheapest lenses I own. So, anyway, I'll flip over. Well, let's take a look at some pictures. Okay, here's Lilu. And again, this is with the Viltrox 85mm. Now, it's not perfectly in focus. On the other hand, it might be perfectly in focus. She is a highly animated subject, so some of the blur we're seeing here might actually just be motion blur from her movement. But I actually really like this picture. I just like it. She fills the frame. It's it's generally in good focus, but again, there's a little bit of blur there, and there's some more here that are quite blurry, but as we'll see, there's also some pretty decent ones. Obviously, she's moving here, and I'm trying to compensate for that. Now there again, here we have a really nice picture. Her eyes generally look in focus. It's quite a usable picture, and with a small amount of editing, with a little bit of sharpening, that will be a really nice picture. And she's starting to move again. Here's another picture that's pretty decent. A few of them. And like I said, later I'll go in and post-process these, and I'll pick out the ones that I like the most. And here's Corbin. Now he is really blown out, and as I said, I was shooting with f4, so I probably need to stop down the lens a little bit, because the details are blown out really bad. Now here, I don't know if I misfocus. It doesn't look like I misfocus. It looks like he moved. This one looks like it might actually be pretty sharp. I'll get it into Photoshop and blow it up and take closer looks and see which ones I actually like. Here we can see really nice details in the hair here, but he's still kind of blown out, so yeah, we'll have to work on that. Going through these, and as everybody knows, it's been really cold here, and of course, Merry Christmas, everyone. And here you can see the lens is perfectly sharp. It's all good. Yeah. Oh, here we have some birds. I will heavily crop these bird images and try and get rid of some of the extraneous stuff that's on our back porch. Of course, here's the standard landscape picture I take out of our back door. And mind you, these pictures that I've taken outside and of the birds are through a piece of glass and a door, so some distortion is being introduced through that piece of glass. A few more bird pictures here. Little nuthatch. And let me see if I can zoom in on this. So I'm at 25%. Okay, we're at 50%. We're at 66%. You know, that's a nice, really nice picture. And that's at 100%. We're at 160%. I'm really happy with that. So, anyway. Like I said, I'll crop this image out and get something nice out of that. And I did set up the back button focus on the XH1, so and again, the reason for that is so when I press the shutter, it doesn't change the focus on me. So that's the reason for that. And we'll see how this one turned out. Pretty cool, huh? That's at 120%, so yeah, that'll turn into a nice image. And we got a few more here. Let's see what we got. A couple of more bird pictures. That one might be interesting. Let's take a look. A lot of movement, but it's fine. For what it is, it's good. And that's it. So anyway, like I said, hope you guys had a good Christmas and have a good New Year's. And you know, keep working on the next photo assignment. And have a good week. Thanks. Bye.